Those people who are there in Kerala will be knowing him much, might have seen him much in papers and other places and all. He is actually attached with the daily Madhrubhumi, and he is with Madhrubhumi online. He usually trains people. He is actually trained. He is a trainer. Basically, he is a trainer of media people. So he is also associated with the Google News Initiative, and he is one of the places, one of the person who is checking for who are the who he is a person who checks news. There are different people who checks news all over the world, and he is one of them. And I mean, lot of that type of training programs he is actually he's actually looking at. And basically his basic concept is actually filling the gap between technology and content. Technology is there and content is there. How to fill the gap between them? I think his resource will be highly useful for us, because the problem is that we always suffer from this how to go and get into or find out information, how to dig for information, how to get information. Whenever we want to make a white paper or we want to write a paper and all, looking through the internet and finding out resources and all those things, it's a little bit tough, because I also have learned a lot of things, in between. Like, one small thing that I've learned is that, if you put class notes, then the class notes will be coming. Like, if you put the title plus class notes in Google, you will be in a position to go to the, pages of class notes. Like that, lot of things are there as far as internet is concerned. I know that you all people usually search net for information. Particularly, the students are actually much equipped than us. And because of that reason, for every one session, at least we need to prepare for 3 hours. For every 1 hour, I used to prepare like that, because the problem is that the questions will be coming from different sites, and they usually read things in advance and they come to the class. And I think this class will be an eye opener. So I had discussed with sir, and what sir was telling is that he would like to look at this 3 hours continuous fashion. He will be starting at 2. He told he will be starting at 2. Right now it is 2:13, and he will be going continuously till 5 p.m. And in between that, he will be giving you a break of 5 minutes or so. And then that's how we'll try to finish with this particular 2 sessions by 5 or roughly 5 or 5:15 or something like that. And in between that, sir will be giving, and after that end of the session, sir will be giving few assignments, and that you can, that's optional assignments. And these optional assignments you can work out at your own pace and all. So I'm having a real pleasure of inviting Sunil sir, because I have seen him in print media and I have seen a lot of news related to him, and I was not knowing that because he was very close with Umesh sir. When I was discussing about this for getting a keynote, a person for keynote address, then I was discussing with Umesh sir, and Umesh sir is telling that, okay, fine, no problem, we'll call Sunil Marsh. We call him Sunil Marsh. Marsh is actually a short form for master, because a person who is teacher is usually called as master here. So the short form for master, or the colloquial term for master, is Marsh, M-A-S-H. So we call him Sunil Marsh. So that is how people call him, because he teaches, and he's a great orator as well as he is a great teacher, and you will enjoy his session. And I'm really fortunate and I'm really blessed to have him here. And I'm so happy that this session is going to be taken by him. May I invite, present before you, Sunil Kumar sir. May I invite sir, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. A.B. David, and good afternoon all participants. I know that there are participants from different states in the country. I saw 67 participants here, and I'm happy to see you all. So I am Sunil. Actually, I am working in a media. I am not a teacher, actually. I am working in a media company, and I am doing a job there. My main role in this company is bridging the gap between technology and content, especially for the media people. I'm working on the media, technology, documentation, all these areas. And I and connected with so many organizations and training people all over the world. I am working for several universities, the government departments, and the DST, Department of Science and Technology. Then working for even the UN agencies, training people worldwide in a lot of accessible technologies and how to use this, utilize this technology for their job, especially in the especially in the UN about disaster management, conflict management, DRR, that is disaster risk reduction in these areas. Then around 3 to 4 years ago, I started a program for teachers, especially designed for teachers. It is about how to make e-learning content, educational content using smartphone. So we taught a lot of teachers in Kerala and the abroad, that is in different countries in Africa and Europe, on teaching or making or developing educational content using your smartphone. So I believe that there is a great demand exists for such content because it is available in the internet. Such content is available in the internet. We Kerala under the education department, we conducted a workshop in 2019 December, around for a 10-day continuous workshop, offline workshop. It's a residential workshop for a group of selected teachers. 45 teachers were there, and we trained them in making good content, educational content, using their smartphone with available apps and locally available resources. And these teachers are now able to conduct, produce e-content, because especially the video content with AR and VR, that is not artificial intelligence, AR, augmented reality and virtual reality. Now teachers are making videos. The last month I happened to see a teacher in Kerala, a high school teacher, in secondary high school teacher in Kerala. He made a video. His intention was to teach about the animal cell. So he created an AR element of an animal cell, and he created a video that this teacher itself is standing inside an animal cell and teaching students about the animal cell. This is the nucleus, this is mitochondria, this is cell wall. So he's teaching about the animal cell inside and standing inside an animal cell. So he created all these wonderful content using his smartphone. He created the AR element using smartphone. He shot the video on smartphone, and he edited the video on smartphone, and he delivered it to the students by using the same device, the smartphone. So that is the status of the educational content making level in the now. And today I am going to talk you about something about getting information, the right information from the ocean of information, that is from the internet. So certain techniques exist to filter out the unwanted things and focus your search on a particular topic and dig the resources, available resources from the internet, and verify these resources from the internet, resources received from the internet. So I hope you will enjoy this thing. If you face any difficulty, you can come on the chat and tell me. But for the smooth running of this session, I request you all to switch off your microphone or mute yourself and listen to me for some time. Then if you want to ask any question, don't worry, you can ask it through the chat box, and I will after some time, I think having some topics, delivering some topic, I can give you some time to ask questions or to interaction. So I have a presentation, but I am going to do the live presentation with the search engine itself. So I will during this session, I will switch to different screens. So sorry for that. So I will take around 30 seconds to switch between different screens. So let us start with the thing and how to search on internet. And let me start my presentation. Let me share my presentation. I hope it is visible to you all. If it is visible, you can go to the chat box and type Y. Or Dr. Abid, is it visible for you?
No, sir.
Nobody is commenting, nothing.
No, sir.
It is not visible. Yeah, I can share it again. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah. Now you are
It is
presenting.
visible. Maybe is screen share is allowed to me?
Now it's visible,
Sir, visible.
Visible now.
It is visible. Yeah, okay.
It is visible now, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So this is about internet information digging for teaching and learning resources. Yeah. So this is a part of the FDP on creating and publishing e-content in teaching and learning process. And you can see two photographs in this slide, the title slide, of two dogs. And one fellow is actually scratching for information, and the other one is actually digging for information. So the title is again, title used by me is again digging for information. But I feel that to teach this topic in detail, that is for digging information from the internet, because internet is an ocean of information. It's very difficult to teach you all these techniques in just 3 hours. So it is very difficult to deliver all this content for just 3 hours. So we will limit our session for the first fellow, that is scratch something from the what you call these search engines, using the search engines. You know that around 80% of the information available in the internet is under the sea. Actually, only 20% is visible to search engines. So we can limit our talk on this 20% available information, which is visible to all search engines in the world. For the digging other information with the deep into the ocean, we need a special kind of search engines like Tor things. But I feel it is very difficult to teach all these things or talk about all these things in a matter of 3 hours. It will take days actually. So this is my topic today. So I will switch to the next slide. I will first, in the first part of the session, I will show some slides. On the statistics of the internet and statistics of the device usage in the country. So let me change my slide. Yeah. This is a slide actually giving information about the search trends in India in the last year in search in 2020. So look at this topic. In the overall, if you take the overall things, this is available with the Google Trends. You can go to trends.google.com. Is a tool which will give you an idea about the search trends of the people. And Google says that every day they are getting around 15% new searches, and they are modifying this their algorithms according to the new searches that receive every day. And this slide will give you an information about the search trends of the people in India in the last year, that is in 2020. You can see the link of Google Trends in the bottom of the slide. You can go to that link and you can see a detailed information on this, which is available. And if you want to know more about the search trends in 2020, year in search in 2020 of India, you can go to the first link. And in the global, to get the information about the global level, you can go to the second link. So look at this thing. It is actually categorized into 4 different categories. I have already given 4 in this slide and 2 in the other slide. 6 categories are given. And according to the information, the overall trend, these are the 5 top elements in search in the overall in India. And people tend to search about Indian Premier League, coronavirus, US election results, PM Kisan Yojana, and Bihar election results. And look at the how to. How to is a very, very major topic, especially in the YouTube. And people search for how to make paneer and how to increase immunity, especially in the corona pandemic period. And how to make dalgona coffee, and how to link a PAN card with Aadhaar card, and how to make sanitizer at home. And 2 out of these 5 top how to category searches is related to coronavirus, the pandemic period, you know. And in the pandemic period, people used this thing. The tendency of the people on nearby search, near me searches, nearby or near me. They searched for food shelters near me, COVID test near me, crackers shop near me, liquor shop near me, and night shelter near me. And people also search for what is coronavirus, what is Binod, what is plasma therapy, what is COVID-19, and they also searched for what is CAA. And these were the interesting search trends in the last year. Again, about events, it's about the Indian Premier League, coronavirus, US presidential election, Nirbhaya case, Beirut explosion. And for personalities, topped Joe Biden, then second Arnab Goswami, Kanika Kapoor, Kim Jong-un, and Amitabh Bachchan in the search, top searches for personalities in the last year. So these are interesting factors. And look at this slide. In 2020, 60% of users in India interact with the voice assistants via their smartphones, making mobile the preferred device for many. So you know that in Madhurumi, the company I'm working in, Madhurumi Online, around 79% of the readers of Madhurumi Online are coming from a mobile device. 79% in average. And you know that around more than 90% of the internet users in India are accessing internet using a mobile device. And what is the importance of mobile device? This voice search is possible. Now people tend to use mobile assistants like the Google Assistant, the Cortana in Microsoft, the Siri in Apple, the Google, or somebody is using the Amazon's thing, and people tend to search using these devices, small devices. So a 60% increase in search is seen last year. So this is possible, generally possible. It is easy to do voice search using a mobile phone. You can just tap and hold on your home button and ask something. The Google Assistant will give you the answer, ready-made answer. And go to the second thing, second fact. According to the Google's year in search report, it is available. You can download it from the internet, YIS for 2020. 4 out of 5 people come to YouTube to learn something new. So people tend to use YouTube or other video resources to learn something. So YouTube became the most dependable learning resource in the globe. And the other thing is, that interesting thing is that people across India have used Google Translate features over 17 billion times. You see the figure, 17 billion times in the last year to translate web pages into Indic languages. Lot of these searches is coming from the rural areas of India. In the rural areas, people are depending on this Google Translate app. So they will get it translated, and they will get it translated by voice also. So see the figure, 17 billion times they used in the last year. The Indian people use these Google Translate features for translating web content into their mother tongue or their language, vernacular language. So these are factors. These are facts. This is this slide. Actually, this information is taken from the Year in Search report by Google, Year in Search India 2020 report from Google. It is available on the internet. You can download and read. Okay, these are again the facts. India had a population of 1.39 billion in January 2021. India's population increased by 1%, 13 million between January 20 and January 21. This is a report by IAMAI, that's Internet and Mobile Association of India. You can Google for IAMAI Candor IQ 222 report to get this report. You can download it freely from the internet. 48% of India's population is female, while 52% of its population is male, and 35.2% of India population lives in urban centers, while 64.8% lives in rural areas. But now, the internet giants says that they are getting more traffic from the rural India rather than the urban India. They started making applications, smartphone applications that will function even in the 2G connection, because more people are coming from the villages of India in the internet through mobile phones. There are 624.0 million internet users in India, and is expected to be grown to 900 million by 2025. The number of internet users in India increased by 47% million between 2020 and 2021. 8.2% growth. This you can easily understand this, because in 2020 all students, teachers started using e-learning content and started depending upon internet to take classes, to deliver content to the students, and for all academic activities. So it is increased by, the number of internet users increased by 47 million. Kerala actually succeeded in almost reducing its digital divide into almost zero. Then with the help of the local administrative bodies, the government is still exploring this thing, and they are planning to implement online teaching in schools from this year. That is around for 45 lakh students, not for a single student. And they are delivering it for 5,000 schools in the state for 45 lakh students. So see the growth. And in internet penetration in India stood only 45% in January 21, still to explore. And around 48 million social media users are in India, 21 by January 2021. The number of social media users in India increased by 78 million, 21% increase in an year. And the number of social media users in India was equivalent to 32.3% of total population, and 32.3% of the total population of India, that is around 1.1 3 billion population is there, and 32.3% of the total population is using social media in India. And in India, 1.1 million mobile connections are there. It comes around 79% of the total population. But the important thing that you need to keep in your mind that 79% means it doesn't mean that 79 people out of 100 people are using a mobile phone. But the number of mobile connections is around 1.1 billion. Maybe one man or one woman may be using more mobile connections and may be using mobile. You know that all of you may have more than one in a mobile connection. So 1.1 billion connection is for 1.3 billion people. So around 79% of the total population is using a mobile phone. But this is actually fully correct, because not 79% of the total population is using this, but we have 79% of total mobile connections of the population compared to the population. Okay. So Internet India, around 600 million connected smartphone users, 624 million active internet users. That means 90% of the, more than 90% of the internet users are still using internet, accessing internet using mobile phone. 47 million average yearly addition of users in India. That is fastest in the world. And the active internet users, the second highest country in the world. And the first highest country is China, I think. And the internet bandwidth usage came into 12 GB per month. Earlier, it was around 0.4 GB in 2014 September. And in the last 2019, it was around 7 GB. Now it is around 12 GB due to the, I think, maybe the impact of pandemic. More people are using internet. And only online video audience in India is 96.7% by 20. More people are using their mobile devices to view videos. And there is a growing interest of audiovisual content on mobile phones. And 1/3 of the searches for online video are entertainment related. And a very interesting factor for you that other categories like lifestyle, education, and business have shown around 1.5 to 3 times growth in the last 2 years. So the search for educational content is growing. So Indic language voice, as already told you, increased by 60% last year. And search in education and increased demand for machine learning, AI, and software development courses. 54% increase in search for machine learning and AI courses. 75% growth in search related to software development courses. These are the facts. And the demand for educational videos tripled year by year, year over year in 28. So watch time for science videos in India, watch time for hobby related videos in India, it increased it a lot. And learning through YouTube, 1 million learning videos are shared every day on YouTube. And there are 500 million views of learning related content on YouTube every day. There are more learning related videos on YouTube than books in the Library of Congress of America. 7 in 10 YouTube viewers use a platform for help with a problem you are having with their work, studies, or hobbies. When they face a problem, they will search in YouTube how to solve it, how to resolve this thing. When they face a problem in their learning, they will search in YouTube for a solution. They will search for even the school students now searching for information in YouTube. So YouTube became a great learning resource in the internet. So these are the slides again. 500 million views of learning related content on YouTube every day. 1 million learning videos shared every day. There are more learning related content videos YouTube than books in the Library of Congress. Same thing. And 70% of the global YouTube watch time happens on smartphones and tablets. So people are using smartphones to view videos on YouTube. Now, you know that they are using smartphones, and they will cast the smartphone screen into bigger screens, to TV screens, so they can watch it easily on the TV screen. So I will enter into the search now, content search. The content is the reason search began in the first place. So how to search for content? So using your search engines, you can improve your basic skills. You can use it for search, you can use it for calculate, you can use it for find, convert, match, filter, and locate anything using the search engine. And we will discuss it about. So what you will learn today, you will learn in this 3 hours, you will learn, I will explain something about writing basic search engine queries, writing advanced queries, limit searches, your search to countries, languages, and size, use wildcard searches, use the synonym search query techniques, use the range query technique for shopping, search images, books, videos, maps, etc. And something is written in red, that is search beyond search engines, and to do in-depth information digging. But as I told earlier, it is very difficult to deliver all these topics in 3 hours. So we will discuss it later. So begin your search. So we will start learning this technique now. These are the important things that you need to keep in your mind before starting for a search. So let us start a search in the Google search engine. You may not need to use Google every time. Google is a very popular search engine. You are familiar with Google, but you can use other search engines too. You can use Bing, you can use Yandex, you can use Baidu. A lot of search engines are. And the specific topic related, domain related search engines are also there. So the most popular one is Google. So taking Google as example, we will learn something. Define the search topic, ask exactly what you want to know, avoid open-ended questions, and refine your search with operators. These are the basic 4 things, primary things you need to keep in your mind while searching. So before starting to search something in the internet, you need to have your own, what you call a homework. You need to do some homework on the search topic. So what exactly you want, what type of information that you are looking for, how much information you require for this thing, and you need to do a self-interview with you before starting a question, adding a question or adding something, some keywords, we call it as keywords, into the search engine. So ask yourself what exactly you want to know and how much information you want to from the internet, and stop using open-ended questions. So some questions, if you ask for some questions, it will be difficult to answer. For example, if you ask a question to the Google or a search engine that is the university teachers are paid more in India or paid than what is actually expected for them in India, then that is an open-ended question, because Google or any search engine cannot give cannot provide you an answer for that. But you can search, you can break this open-ended question to what you call answerable questions. If you want to study about the salaries paid to the teachers in India, university teachers in India, then if you ask a question that is they are overpaid in India, but if you ask a question like this, if the university teachers are overpaid in India, you will not get any question, any answer, any reliable answer from the internet. But without asking the direct question, that is open-ended question, you can break this open-ended question into answerable questions. For example, you can search for the salary paid by the Jawaharlal Nehru University for teachers in, and salary paid by some other university, Delhi University, salary paid by the Kerala University, salary paid by the Kerala Technical University. Then you will find the salaries paid by the different universities and institutions in India. You will easily get that information. You can compare it with the salaries paid by other companies or IT companies or any other companies for the person with the same qualification in India. You can compare with this data. You can find the answer if they are overpaid or not. So just break your questions, open-ended questions into answerable questions, and you will get more. You will be able to get more information from the internet by doing this. So, doing a self-interview before searching for information, it is very important. And refine your search with operators. I will show you how to refine your search with the search operators in the later slides. So I think it is time to start searching something. Are you ready for that? If yes, just type Y. So I am switching my screen now. Any questions on this now? You can answer. You can ask any questions now for a 2-minute time so that I can switch to a new window. If anybody want to ask a question, you can ask it now. You can unmute and ask. Are you feeling it as a boring topic? If yes, again, type yes. Yeah, somebody is feeling it as very boring. Okay. Okay. So let us start searching something. So you can take a topic. So I am searching for something in the internet. I am just give me a minute to. Yeah. So this is a Google window. So I am searching for some information. So I am studying about the spiders in Kerala. I'm going to study about it, do a research about the spiders in Kerala. So I want more information about the different species of spiders available in Kerala from the internet. I want to collect some information, gather from information from the internet. So normally you will use this window. So what you will type? If you want to search, if you want to get some information about the spider species in Kerala, then, so what will be the first action by you? What you will type in your Google search box? Can you give your answer for that? How will you do it? You will search for spider species in Kerala, spiders in Kerala. Okay. Spiders in Kerala. Spider species found in Kerala. Okay. Spider species in Kerala. Anybody else? Okay. Spiders Kerala. Types of spiders in Kerala. A lot of different keywords people tend to use. So I will do one search now. So I am typing spiders in Kerala. So see the results. I got around 5,65,000 results in 0.53 seconds. Am I right? You can also do this search. Your results may be different according to your area, your operating system, and your search interest. Based on all this, Google will modify search results. We call this page as SERP, Search Engine Results Page. Generally, we call it a Search Engine Results Page or SERP. This consists of a lot of information. These are results. You can go to the anatomy of this result, each result. A basic search result here. It has got 3 different elements. One is written in green, and one is written in blue, and one is written in black. These are the 3 basic elements of a basic search result. The first one is written in green, which comes from the URL of the web page. And second one is written in bold faces in blue, which comes from the HTML title of the page. And third one is written in black, which comes from the either from the meta tag description of the page or from the body of the page. So this is the anatomy of a basic search result. And this SERP, that is SERP, Search Engine Results Page, contains different kinds of search results. So it is showing a special kind of search results here, and it involves it consists of a images type of search results in here, and this is another element in the SERP where people also ask for the same questions asked by the people on this particular topic is another kind of results, and the basic search results. So, and the Google is showing the related searches also. What people are searching on this topic. You will get an idea on that. What people are searching on this topic. Spider species in India, spiders in Georgia, common spiders in India, house spiders in Kerala. You will get more information. House spiders in Kerala, white spider species, big spiders in Kerala. So these are the related. So this page itself is giving a lot of information to you. If you look at with the right mind, you will get enough information from this page. But you know that in a fraction of a second, the Google yield at around 5,60,000, 65,000 results. So what is wrong with this result? Can you say what is wrong with this result? What is wrong with this result? Anyone can say.
It may not be authentic.
Any answer?
It may not be authentic.
It may not be authentic is one of the things. All results may not be authentic. Any other? Meha Motiwala, tell me.
So it might be we may not be coming to the conclusion which will be the right one, and how we can justify our search, because there's lots of information. It might be confusing to us.
Yeah. There's a lot of information. That is a very, very important point. It provides a lot of information. How to find the right information, how to pick the right information from this ocean of information. That is our topic today. The data can be from government, private organizations. Okay. So what is wrong with this giving such a statement, such a keyword? If you give a keyword like this, there may be possibilities like abbreviations like spiders. Okay. So if you give keywords like spiders in Kerala, so what is actually happening is that Google will bring you.
Sir, specific. Yes. Specific word. I am searching now. Now you are writing that spider in Kerala. But actually, in is that they are also having the spider quality name or difference name is there. If I searching
Yeah.
the spider difference name, then there will
Yeah.
be not come like this.
Yeah, but that is more specific, I think. But
Yes,
if you are generally want to
but
spiders
it is
about
it
Kerala,
is a keyword, not a specific word.
yeah, it is a keyword. But you are using two keywords here.
Yes,
You can, you
spider
can, you
in
can
Kerala.
ignore the in between. You can ignore the in between the two words. But here, two keywords are there: spiders and Kerala.
Yes, yes,
If you give like this, the Google will bring you pages with either spider or Kerala or both.
yes.
So the most of the results may not be relevant to us. So Google will bring you pages with either spider or Kerala or both spiders and Kerala. So the most of these pages results may not be relevant for, certainly will not be relevant for you. So we are looking for spiders in Kerala. So we want results in the same phrase. We want the keywords in the same order. We want pages, results pages or web pages having these words in the same order. To do that, it's very simple. Very simple. You note down the 5,65,000 results are here. You just put a quotes here and just enter. Okay. Look at the results now. Look at the results now.
Now it is less.
The 5,65,000 pages reduced into 28,400 pages. So we used an operator called forced match. So we forced Google to match the exact phrase in pages. This is a very interesting operator. You see the result. Are you think this is useful in education? Or you feel that it is useful in content searching e-content for education? If you are feeling that this is useful in searching or finding content from the internet, then we can proceed on this. Okay, thank you very much. So it's a kind of interaction between you and me, because I don't know whether this will be interesting for you or it is useful for you. So I want to know if it is useful for you. So just putting a quote between around this phrase, you can reduce the focus, the results. You can focus to a particular phrase. So the Google will bring you pages with the words in the same order, spiders in Kerala. It will be more relevant to you. Then what is wrong with this one? Again, it yields around 28,400 pages. Is it possible for you to read all these pages and find the information? It's very difficult, you know that. It's very difficult to read a 5,65,000 pages, and it's difficult to read 28,400 pages too, for the information you require. So what is wrong with this again? Any response on this? Whatever it may be, you can tell. Let's start discussing on this. That's a very good way to exploring topic. So what is wrong with this? In can be omitted to less than number of result. In can be omitted. Yeah, I can reduce. We can omit in and do the search again. Any other comments? Plus sign can be placed between two words that normally the Google will use. That's a kind of Boolean operator. Dr. Sharmila, see, is trying to say something. Nothing. Okay. So something is wrong with this thing, because if you first I can show you the result after omitting the in, as said somebody. 251 results again. Spiders of Kerala, Spiders Kerala, and it is reduced to 251. Interesting. But what is wrong with this statement? What is wrong with this statement? Put the n in again here. If you use the chords for a phrase and force match the search engine to yield results with the exact match, then Google will bring pages with the phrase spiders in Kerala. But this phrase spiders in Kerala may be present in web pages or research topics or research pages which is not dealing with the spiders in Kerala. Maybe dealing with the flora and fauna of Kerala, maybe dealing with the travel and tourist activities in Kerala, maybe dealing with the entomology, something related to entomology in Kerala, and maybe different a topic. It can be a different topic. So the spiders in Kerala, the phrase spiders in Kerala can be seen in a paper which is not dealing about the spiders in Kerala. Is it possible? Is it possible? This phrase can be seen in other pages too, which is not dealing with the main topic, that is spiders in Kerala. The spiders in Kerala may not be the right topic or the main topic of that page. It may be dealing with some other topic. It can be dealing with entomology. It can be dealing with the flora and fauna. It may be dealing with some other topic. Am I true? Then how to deal with this? Here, you know that when you are searching for a particular topic, you are focusing on a particular topic. Normally, the page title, that means the title of this paper or the title of the page will have this title, will have this phrase. If the page is focusing on that particular topic, there is a higher possibility of having these words in the title of that page. Am I right? If that particular page is focusing on this topic, then the title of the page may have this, there's a higher possibility, may have this phrase. Okay, are you agreeing my words? Okay, come and say. Okay, then we need to limit our searches to the title. How to do that? Just go to the what you call, one second, the search page, and before this keywords, just type another operator in title, TITLE colon, in title colon. So you are limiting your search on the title of the page. Then just enter. See the results. See the results. 539 results from 24,800 results. You are narrowing down your topic. You're funneling actually. You're doing some kind of funneling. Then look at here. See the basic results pages. Basic results shown in this SERP, that is search engine results page. Read each title. It includes spiders in Kerala, the first thing. Spiders in Kerala, in the second thing. The spiders in Kerala, third. Spiders in Kerala. Spiders in Kerala. Spiders in Kerala. Okay. Every page have this title, this phrase, spiders in Kerala. Then you can go to the second page again and see the result. You have only 2 pages, not 539 results. 2 pages. Completed. Only 20 or 21 result. Page 2 has 16 results. Spiders in Kerala, spiders in Kerala, spiders in Kerala. Okay. College research study discovers 6 new species. Kerala king spiders in Kerala. Biodiversity Sri Lanka, spiders in Kerala. 16 results in the second page. And how much results in the first page? Around 12 or 16 in the first page also. So here we are limiting your search on the title of the page, in title. Here we use the 2 operators in the search window. One operator is to limit the search, you limit your search to the title of the web pages, that is in title colon. And second one is the quotation marks. It is used to force match the phrase. So we combined 2 operators as a single search. This is the art of writing web query. This is the art of writing web queries. How to write a web query. You are learning to how to write a web query. To focus your results, to funnel your results, to focus your result on a particular topic. Do you think this will be helpful for finding e-content from the internet? You really think? Yeah, this is, I think, will be useful for you. Lot of that techniques are, lot of techniques are. I can teach you for around 6 months in this. How to find your information, how to verify content, and how to find information. So here you learned 2 things. 2 operators, the force matching operator and what you call in title operator, that is to limit your search on a particular title. Similarly, there are other operators are also there. You can limit your search on a particular URL. You limit your search on a particular body. That means you can limit your search on URL, you can limit your search on title, and you can limit your search on the body of the text. The in title is used to, the operator in title colon is used to limit your search on a title of the web page. You can use in URL, INURL colon, in URL colon to limit your search on the first part. That means that written in green, that's the URL of the page. And you can use the in text, INTXT colon operator to limit your search on the body of the web page. Body of the web page. So these kind of search operators are useful. This in text is a beautiful or wonderful operator. it can limit your search on, you can look on the body of the web page. And this kind of operator is very useful in plagiarism checking, actually, in text. You can combine all these. You can combine these operators in different kinds of searches. Okay. Any questions on this?
Yes, sir. In some cases, when we are putting spiders in Kerala, spiders off Kerala also comes up.
Yeah.
How it happens?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That I will explain how to do that. Any other? Okay. Nobody is asking questions.
So just a
That's very sad.
clarification. So this, if
Yeah.
you're specific about the particular title, we could choose this, sir. But in case, if you're searching randomly without knowing the particular title,
Yeah.
what about that in that case, sir?
Can you repeat the question once more, because your voice is not audible to me.
Okay. Sir, actually this, if you know the title, what we are searching for, then we could give this. So
Yeah.
it makes your work easier, really good enough. But
Yeah.
sometimes we search without knowing the title. Just any one keyword will be there.
Yeah.
So in that
Okay.
case, how will this be useful?
Yeah. That you want to expand your search
Yes.
on different keywords. Yeah. Yeah. You have to expand your search on different keywords. Okay.
So in
That's
that
a very
case,
interesting-
what happened? The search will be minimized, no, sir. When my search is
Yeah. Yeah.
area.
I can give you some examples how to do that, because people now started using internet as a resourceful thing for research, and in some topics, in some subjects, on some domains, the people are looking for gathering information from the internet on a particular topic or a particular discussion on a particular, for example, things like the what you call the Kisan strike, the CAA, and some events or something like that. Sociology or what you call economics or other humanities people can do that. For doing such kind of research,
Sunil sir,
you need
Sunil sir,
to-
one sec. Sunil sir, this is AB. I just wanted to bring before you this particular point. This particular course is being attended by different multidisciplinary people. We have English people, English professors, economics professors, and even a yoga professor over here. So this whatever you are telling is highly relevant.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
very
sir.
much.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So if you are doing some research on some kind of what you call protection or some kind of competitions or some kind of happenings, for example, if you are looking for some this is a pandemic period, if you are looking for some kind of misinformation spreading over the internet about the pandemic, or if you are looking for some COVID vaccination hesitancy, so some people are hesitant to take the vaccine. And if you want to study on the hesitancy shown by the people and the reason for the hesitancy shown by the people against the vaccines, you need to listen what people are telling on this, what people are sharing on this on social media, especially because they are using the platform. You know that around 448 million people are using social media in India, unique users. That is around 34% of the total population. So you can listen to social media, you can listen to different media, that what people are talking about the COVID-19 vaccination. What is their problem and what is their queries about it, and what causes the fears about the vaccines among the people. So you want to listen something from the internet, you want to listen something from the social media. or otherwise you may need to monitor the social media. Let us take this as an example. So a few minutes ago, Dr. Sharmila asked me about how to use the various keywords, alternative keywords for this. Even in that page for the spiders in Kerala, you can see that what type of keyword is connected with the spiders in Kerala. You can use another operator here. I'm just removing this operator, force match operator, and putting a star mark. Yeah, spiders in Kerala. Then you can again force match it. Yeah. Look at this here. So you can find, by looking at these pages, you can find the related keywords that people tend to use on this topic. What are the related keywords? New species of spiders in Kerala, poisonous spiders in Kerala, venomous spiders in Kerala. Okay. Earlier we got house spiders in Kerala. Okay. Look at the other page. You can have a look at the common keywords that people are using to search about the spiders in Kerala. House spiders in Kerala, big spiders in Kerala, huntsman spiders in Kerala, common spiders in Kerala. So you will find a lot of words related to it. Similarly, if you are looking for COVID vaccination hesitancy, you can find these words. So we have 2 or 3 vaccines available in India. One is Covishield and Covaxin. So people will possibly use these vaccine names in their post. In their normally, when a person posts something in the internet, especially on the social media, normally his ideology will reflect in his language. Their ideology will reflect in their language. From his language or his or her language, we will understand his or her ideology. So if you are trying to gather information about the COVID vaccination hesitancy in India or on a particular area, you can look for the related keywords. First, you need to work out on different social media or the different internet resources for these things, that COVID vaccination, Covishield, Covaxin, Sputnik. Then what people will tell about the what you call the after effects of the vaccination. They may use the word harm. They may use the word side effect. They may use the word dangerous. They may use the word. There's a possible words are there that people will use to express their fear against vaccine. So collect these words. Collect as many words that people tend to use on this. So you may have a you can by observing these web pages, you will be similarly like this. By observing this web page, you can collect a lot of words about the spiders, big spiders, house spiders, poisonous spiders, venomous spiders, huntsman spiders, common spiders, lot of keywords related to this thing. So you can have a database of such keywords related to your topic. Keep it as a database. Then depends on Boolean search operators. What is Boolean search operators? I can show you what is Boolean. There are 2 major Boolean operators here. One is AND and one is OR. Here I can type Covaxin and Covishield. Covaxin and Covishield. So you are actually expanding your result. You are including Covaxin and Covishield, both words in your search pages. So as I said earlier, Google will bring you pages with the Covaxin and pages with the Covishield and pages with both words. Look at for Covaxin, both these pages. Google will bring you pages with both these words. So you are not expanding, you are limiting your searches. Sorry for that. You are limiting your searches. Instead of and, put or. So what will happen? Here you are expanding your searches. Look at here, it is 3,31,000 results. You are expanding your search. Look at here, it is a 47,500 results. So here, using and you are limiting your search, and using or you are expanding your result. Use the word or, not ORD, or. Covaxin or Covishield. You are expanding your result. Suppose you are going to monitor or listen what social media is saying about the COVID vaccination after effects. So let us combine this. So you can type like this. Covaxin and Covishield, put in parenthesis. Okay, then you can start another parenthesis on harm or side effects or death or danger, any number of words, collected words. Just type this thing. Okay, Covaxin and Covishield, harm or side effects or death or danger. So what is happening here? Look at this result. Look at even in the common questions, what you are getting. Is Covaxin approved? Is AstraZeneca vaccine safe? What are the common side effects of COVID-19 vaccine? Here you are doing actually a kind of one-to-one mapping for the listening social media or listening internet. Covaxin and versus Covishield, which one is better? What are the side effects of Covishield? This is possible. This kind of search is possible even in the social media platform. You can do the same. The same kind of operators will work in Twitter search. Same kind of operator will work in Reddit. Same kind of operator will work in what you call Snapchat. So using this kind of Boolean combinations, you can monitor a topic over internet or a social media. So first you need to do some basic research in order to find out the words connected to your topic, the keywords connected to your topic. I think I answered your question, Dr. Sharmila. Are you satisfied with this?
Yes, very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so you need to conduct a basic kind of query first in order to find. Yeah, even the Google Trends will help you in finding this, what people are searching for. So find this. Earlier, I used a star mark. Actually, it is a kind of what you call wild card search. We call it as wild card search. What is wild card actually? Yeah, Ramesh Kumar Thanak, wild card. Very good. It's a wild card search because I am searching for something unknown. I'm searching for something unknown. Look at this example. So I am again searching for a phrase. Once in a star moon. Instead of this star that is given in the search box, Google yielded a result of once in a blue moon. So the search engine replaced the star with a word. So you can use this character, this wildcard character, to indicate something unknown. You can have use any number of wildcards in a phrase. The English teachers can easily find out a phrase that they are not completely remembering using this wildcard technique from the internet. So look at the result. Once in a blue moon, which is common, which is most common usage used in English. Once in a full moon is there. Once in a full moon is there. Look at the other result. Once in a blue moon, once in a full moon, once in a new moon, and once in a red moon. You are finding related usages from the internet. Am I right? Do you think this is useful? We call this thing as wildcard search. We are using the star character as a wildcard. Is it boring?
No, not at all. It is very useful, and I'm keen to know more things about this thing. Thanks, Sunilji. You are doing great job reducing our work. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. I want to know whether this is useful to you, or are you wasting time on this? My words. So
you are actually saving our time to do this work. So it's really very much helpful.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is kind of wildcard search. You can use any number of wildcards for this. So if for social media listening or the internet listening, you can use this. I already told you about this Boolean operators. You can use this Boolean operator, that is, you can use and for limiting your search and or for expanding your search. And please remember to use capitals only, otherwise Google will not recognize the operator. Use only capital words, capital letters in for O and O. Then not is also there. It's another Boolean operator. To exclude something. To exclude something, you can use not. Or otherwise, you can use a hyphen, minus, or hyphen mark to exclude results. I will show you how to do that. Then combining by finding related keywords and combining the related keywords using the Boolean operators with the use of Boolean operators within the parenthesis, you can have one-to-one mapping of keywords possible. You can have Covishield and harm, Covaxin and harm. You can have Covaxin and Covishield and danger, Covaxin and danger. You can have Covishield and side effects, Covaxin and side effects. You can have one-to-one mapping of these resources. So Google will find you for all these pages. Find information for you on all these topics. So this is a kind of basic social listening or internet listening for information. And in the exclude operator, suppose you are searching for a common keyword, Tesla. So what is the first result? It's about the Tesla company and the Tesla car. Because this is most popular in search engine. So Google will show you the most popular ones first. It's quite interesting. If you are searching for, I will show one thing. If you are searching for images, solar or images, yeah. This is not happening now because that particular thing is not popular. But if you use solar case, then some figures will appear in the images, which is related to solar case. Earlier, when this was popular, that case was popular. If you look for solar, the word solar in Kerala, for example, solar in Kerala, then most probably this this image will pop up in the even in the front row, first row. This is not popular now in Kerala, but in that period, this will come in the first time because this is most popular in that time. So if you look for Tesla, so Google will show you pages which is more popular on that particular keyword. And if you're looking for Nikola Tesla, and if you don't want to know more about the Tesla car, you can use this technique. Exclude car. See the result? Tesla space minus car. So Tesla is the unit of energy of measurement. So Google understood this technique, the technique used by you, and you are saying that I don't want more information about the Tesla car. I don't want information. I want to exclude the information about the Tesla car from the search topic. So you can use this thing, this minus as a not operator to exclude anything. This is a kind of technique that you can use. Exclude operator. So we learned about force match operator, in title operator, then in text operator, in URL operator, the force matching, then the exclude operator, Boolean operators. Then we also learned about this wildcard operator and how to use this thing. You can combine all these operators in various ways to get desired result. That is the art of writing web query. Here, you can limit your search on a particular website also. If you want to look for some information on AICT website, and what is the AICT website? You can give me an example. This is the AICT website. I'm just copying down this aict-india.org. I'm just copying down this URL. I don't want this. I want only this. Okay, whatever it may be, I will copy it down from here. So if you want to know something from the AICT website, what you will do? If you want to limit your search on AICTE website, give me a keyword for AICTE website. Can you type it on the chat? If you want to find out something about the FTP program on AICTE website, you can use that example, FTP program. Anything else? FTP, UHP. Okay. So I am going to search about the FTP in AICTE website. FTP Atal on, you can use this operator, site colon without these protocols. www is a protocol, HTTP is a protocol. So you can delete that protocol. You need to use the switching operator also, you can remove it. So you are focusing on the AICTE website about Atal. Only 190 results are there. Look at all the URLs. The first one, AICTE. Second one, Atal Academy AICTE. Okay, AICTE, 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 Atal Academy AICTE, AICTE, AICTE. That means you are limiting your search on AICTE website only using the site operator. You are limiting your search on AICTE websites only. So you can limit any kind of websites, or you can limit your search on a particular website or a particular group of websites. For example, if you want to know what the government of India or the government of Kerala is saying about the COVID vaccination. So if you want to find what government of India is or government of Kerala is saying about the COVID-19 vaccination program, that means you are going to limit your search on government of Kerala websites only. Here you are limiting your search on a particular website, AICTE website only. And if you want to limit your search on a particular group of websites, we call it as a TLD, top level domain. If you go for a government of Kerala websites, the Forest Department of Kerala will have a website like forest.kerala.gov.in. Education Department will have education.kerala.gov.in. The Directorate of Health Service will have a website of dhs.kerala.gov.in. And the Health Department can have a health.kerala.gov.in. But all these government, Kerala state government websites will have a common part in their URL, that is kerala.gov.in. In India, it is gov.in. So if you are looking for Kerala website, you can use kerala.gov.in, which we call it as a TLD, top level domain. We will do an example here. Here we are using COVID vaccination. What government is saying about COVID vaccination in a TLD, kerala.gov.in. What is happening here? We got 2,740 results, and a different website, DHS, Directorate of Health Service, COVID-19 kerala.gov.in, DHS, then dashboard.kerala.gov.in, COVID-19.kerala.gov.in, DHS, SHA.kerala.gov.in. So what different departments under the government, Kerala government, is saying about COVID vaccination? You can have a look on what government, state government is saying about or taking about the actions taken by the government on COVID-19 vaccination. So you can limit your search on a particular website and at the same time limit your search on a particular group of websites. That is possible. And you can exclude a particular URL also. You want a 5-minute break now?
Better let's go for a break, sir, because it was 3:30. 2 to 3:30 was the first this thing. So I think we
Yeah.
started by 2:30. So 3:40, I think it is a time for a break. Can we go for a 5-minute break or 10-minute break? Which you prefer, sir?
As you like, I think. If the participants are
Yeah.
interested to get more,
I
they
think
can
5
join.
minutes. 5 minutes. Yeah, I think 5 minutes it seems. So 5 minutes break, sir.
Okay. So you keep
Okay.
connected. I will come at the same time.
We'll be keeping connected, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, you keep connected. Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
We'll keep connected. Yes, sir.